everyone, I'm going to be sharing with you this student data template that I made and will be using in my classroom. This video is not intended for parents yet, but parents, if you're watching, there will be videos explaining all of the different aspects of this. But I kind of want to put that out there, maybe get some feedback. I don't know. But here's what basically it's going to look like. Here's the tracker. And this is for the month of August. I have put in English and Espanol all of these different. I just meant to say that they're both in English and Spanish, but then I got fancy and lost my track of thinking. Track of thought of track, train tracks. What? Anywho, so it tells them that I'm going to be writing in what's blue. They will be writing in boxes that are gray, and parents will be writing in boxes that are green. And this is 3 weeks worth of data for my school uses Lexia. So a student will have something that looks just like this. It'll just be a copy that they get on Google Classroom, which will automatically make a copy for all of them. Thank goodness, because that's amazing. And let's go ahead and put in a pretend date. Let's say September 1st, 2020. And let's say that even no matter if they're at home or if they're in the classroom, they can put how many minutes that they wrote. Now, if you notice down here, this number changes. That's because this right here is actually a formula. I have it so that as these numbers over here change, the total will change automatically. So that's what that's going to be. So students can keep track of their minutes. And as I said, that's week 2. So let's just go to week 1. And so there'll also be a self-grade. There's going to be a rubric. And that's why I said parents, there's aspects to this that I'm going to come back to in more detail. But for now, let's pretend that this is a link to a rubric and they give themselves a grade 1 through 5. Oh, actually, the self-grade, I'm sorry, does come from I need to make a note of that for myself. These come from I think I called them assignment logs. I'm going to do a video on those next. So that's where this grade comes from. It comes from an assignment log. You'll see what that looks like in another video. So this is Lexia, and it's as simple as students putting in the date and their numbers and giving themselves a grade. I think the grade is really once a week. I don't know if I did it daily. I'd have to look at it. As I said, this is just me putting this out to share what I'm thinking and how it's looking. And then I'll be able to make notes about progress, which means that I'm really going to be holding myself accountable to look at that Lexia data and really navigate the learning that way. Instead, I'll really know where they are because I'll be looking at these notes. And that means that if a student is stalling, the parents will know about it pretty quickly. Because that happens to everybody. So that's for Lexia. And then Prodigy, it's the exact same thing. You got weeks, you've got that assignment progress. And then I did one for MobyMax. I haven't really used it a lot, but I think my district uses it. So that's how I'm going to be keeping track. Parents and students will have access to these documents. And it is, I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. But, if you see something and you're like, hey, what if you tried this? I'd love to hear it. So that's how I plan on keeping track weekly. And then each tab will be a month. See, it says August. Next month, I'll make an exact copy and call it September. That way, we will have data that the student and I and the parents can look at anytime we want. And I'm pretty excited about it. What do you guys think?